Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be working on this 1992 Fleetwood Pounder. Going to be changing the starter motor. Believe it's big block Ford. It says Ford on the key, so good start. I was sitting on the couch this morning and I thought my shoulder muscles hadn't been torn in a while, and I figured out how to change that. I diagnosed this car with a bad starter a while back. Got good voltage at the starter, good battery, all that. Could hear it thud, but it was stuck. Could have been a matter of being cold. Either way, starter probably needs to be replaced. It's the same factory one from 1992. And to make things easier, of course, they're always easy. I don't think this thing's been started in about a year. So, yeah, we're going to see if we can't get it fired up today. I brought about a gallon of Cosby sauce and a good attitude. It's a start. But yeah, let's get to it. I think my right shoulder is probably going to be the one I want to give out today. So I think I'm going to try to lift the starter with that arm. But we'll get around to it and see. Just stay tuned. A fellow was coming in here to show y'all where this starter motor is. And look at this. I had to have worked on this thing in a past life, because that has me written all over it. This fella also asked me to do an inspection for him. I'm not an RV mechanic, but that's good. So I'll let him know that the front right wheel is good to go. I think these tires are from, I don't know, probably 1992. So those are good as well. You can only see a lot of cracking, and it only weighs like 1,000,000,000 pounds. So we're going to call this good and just hope it blows up on me today. Anyways, I'm trying to find a better camera angle for you fellers. I'm probably going to have to crawl underneath. I remember this starter motor being in a fun spot. Found it. Yeah, it's comfortably behind this frame rail. So anyways, we're gonna crawl under here. Looks like there's enough room to get from the bottom, and we're gonna do the right thing and just drop it on our head. So maybe not torn shoulder today, but possible concussion. You'll just have to stay tuned. We'll find out, I guess. Something that a fella just noticed on while he was in here. I believe that this is a 2-bolt starter, meaning only 2 bolts hold it down, and a fella's only seeing 1 nut. So, take with that info what you will, but this definitely looks like the factory starter. So that means some joker's been in here messing with this thing before, I guess, and doing good work, I must say. As I said, this thing has plenty of stuff wrong with it, so I've got a suspicion that I worked on this before. This socket feels all sorts of right and not right. It's really helping me that I can't see anything. That makes it a little bit easier for me. Yeah. That's too big. Let me reach in my socket pocket. I just brought down like 2 sockets, I think might be it. And I was right, because I'm the fucking best. Yeah, I don't know why I always volunteer to help fellas out in the cold, but yeah, I think it ought to be mentioned I didn't say it at the beginning of the video. Maybe I'll mention it again at the end. Everything I do on this channel is for free. So, you know, if you fellers and fellettes wouldn't mind dropping me a like, subscribe, it'd be much appreciatado. I think that's French. I really wish I could see anything in here. Okay, that feels really tight. Okay, perfect. First try. I'll just cut out all the footage of me being retarded. But I think since this thing's so heavy and so inaccessible, I'm gonna try to pull these cables off first before I pull this thing out. With better starter access, sometimes I pull the starter and then pull the cables while it's down a little bit closer to me. It makes it a little bit easier. But I don't think anything about this is going to be easy. And I know I said my right shoulder in the beginning of the video, but the way I'm sitting, it seems like my left is going to be the one that's torn, which is not cool. It's my jerking hand, so we're not in for a good start today. Holy sweet mother of pearl. I moved over real quick so I could get a better view for you guys. You can see Uno bolt. Yee. Yeah. It's alright. I'll just torque that one bolt really good later, and we'll call it a win. You'd think for a car that's a bajillion feet long, they'd give a fella a little more room to finagle in here. I just cannot see. There's a third bolt on this mofo. I do not think there is. But I'd sure hate to be. Oh! It is a Ford. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can read that. I can't really see the screen. That is a Ford logo, which explains the no start issue. I'm sure eventually there will be one Ford person in the comments to tell me I'm an idiot or something, and I probably have it coming. Yeah, I should have done powerlifting. I'm not such a weak bitch. Oh, feathers. I got good news and I got bad news. You can't tell me which one you want first, so I'll start with the bad. I didn't bring a hammer. All right. Good news. I brought a screwdriver that's way too small to use as a pry bar, and I brought a 1/2-inch breaker bar, which is going to be my hammer, I think. I just gotta find out how to use it. Oh, yeah. Well, I ended up having to drive home anyways, of course. I don't know why I was making such a big deal out of it. I live like 100 feet from where this thing is parked, so really not a big deal. While I was home, I grabbed a dead blow and grabbed some oil because this thing's pretty low. I don't even think I have enough oil to top it off. What else did I do? Oh, I found a nut. I'm going to replace that one that's missing. I won't be a complete scumbag So I found a nut. I didn't find a crush washer the right size, but we can all just do the right thing and act like I did and kind of move on with our lives. I was also thinking on it that probably not the smartest idea to try and pry against that bell housing, because I believe it is aluminium, as the Spaniards say. So it's probably dumb. Also, using a breaker bar to pry against the oil pan is smart, and you can shut up. Fellers, this thing is stuck. I've had some PB Blaster working on it for a little bit, but I might just have to be a man and pull on this thing back and forth until it breaks free. I think whoever took this off at some point sprayed damn salt water on the mating surface before they put it back up. This motherfucker is on there. Oh, good lord. Hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. I don't even think I'm getting enough schwang to make the sand in this dead blow even move. I've also been thinking that whenever this thing breaks loose, it's probably fallen with a vengeance. So that's good. I was wondering if I couldn't use this as a pry bar instead of metal. All right, everyone. Got the old starter out. Did not make it look easy. Right shoulder is blown out, as expected. Real bad. But something I didn't really think about before is the fellow I'm working for don't know too much about cars. And that's not a shot at him. It's just, not something he does on a regular basis. I didn't even think if he had gotten the right starter. And fellas, this might be the first time in my life something's actually worked out right. Because this fella got the right starter, seemingly. Seems to be absolutely no differences between the two. So hopefully it's pretty smooth throwing this back in, and then I'll hook up all the batteries again, and we'll get to it. Well, everyone, I'm going to sincerely apologize in advance to the 3 or 4 people that are going to watch this video. But there might not be a grand finale on this one. I got that starter installed, and I got the batteries all hooked back up right. I was not the one that took them out. The batteries were already out when I went to the vehicle. But anyways, put that new starter in, no issues. Hooked the batteries back up correctly, yes. And vehicle had no power to anything. Maybe it blew a fusible link. Maybe, starter relay, some sort of power system I don't know about. I don't know how power makes its way through that vehicle to get everything to open up. But anyways, that the RV was getting no power, and it had power the last time I worked on it. It's been fiddled with some since I last looked at it, but I spent about 5 hours out there. I was testing everything, and batteries were good, sequence was good, all that. I couldn't get to the fusible link because it was way up under the cab. I pulled the doghouse cover, and there was, I mean, Ratatouille's been there, is what I'm saying. They were cooking. There was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds worth of rat shit sitting on top of the motor. The more I looked, the more wires were divorced than I'd really want to deal with. As I said, I do everything for free on this channel. Some things just ain't worth doing for free, fellas. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I find some time, I might eventually get back out there and try to help that guy. But yeah, I have a feeling it'd be a lot of wiring work, and I do not like wiring work. But eventually, in the future, if I can get a grand finale, get that thing started for you guys, I'd absolutely like to. I don't like that I didn't get to test that new starter and see if it actually operated. I'm just going to have good faith that it does. I know for sure that the starter that was in there was bad, so I ain't going to feel too bad about it. I mean, I just did, I don't know, probably 8-ish hours of free labor for a guy on my day off, so I'm not going to make myself feel too beat up about it. But yeah, I apologize to everyone. And in the future, if I can get back out there, I'll make another video, get a grand finale for you guys. But for the time being, peace.